Hello, everybody. Today we will be doing What if civilization started over? Just kidding. That would be copying Aids Pro. Instead, we're gonna be doing What if civilization started differently? Here, instead of the first, well, true civilization starting in Persia or Mesopotamia, depending on where you live, here we're gonna make it so that civilization started in Myanmar. Yes, Myanmar. So let's get on with the video. Here in this tiny little point, you will find these set of explorers for their country. What are they trying to find? Territory for their country to oh, look, it's a country. The country has arisen, or whatever you want to say, call it, or whatever. We now officially have the Red Country, or Myanmar Original Country, whatever you want to call it. This tiny country sends out some expeditions to explore. Once it explores, it expands. Once it expands, it has more land to do, and so on and so forth. And the gates of the city expand even more, and explorers are sent to explore even more territory. At this point, settlers make it basically to the entire Myanmar, whatever this thing is. So, after they do that, they expand even more. You'll see what the consequences of this are in a moment. Anyways, we'll get back. Okay, I am back. So, let's keep on doing it. There is a endless cycle of exploring territory and expanding themselves. Just so you can know, this is happening way faster than, well, actual civilization. It's because the time frame for this video, well, I'm going a lot faster than actual civilization did. The thing I'm trying to go for is around every, minute is like 10 years. Not sure though. You know what? Let's say that this is prehistoric era, and from here, you get to decide where it is. So they keep sending out explorers, and the explorers keep exploring. They explore until the country basically just comes to a halt in expansion, and basically decides that it wants to explore the entire world. Now, it could do this, or it could expand and make its explorers and make its explorations more, well, make them better, but no. They think that the world is tiny, and they don't know the size of this world. 2 hemispheres. Yeah. So they sent out a pretty good amount of explorers, and they finally begin to expand more. This expansion becomes, well, rapid. By this time, they're taking all territory that they've explored and know is there and expanding towards it. By this point, they are pretty big. They have made their first settlements and are the first glimmer of hope for this world to have intelligent life. Remember, this is literally Mesopotamia. So, anyways, they keep expanding, exploring, and doing their thing. They keep going down this coast, and, well, things look good for them. They're expanding at pretty rapid rates. It's in both directions. That shouldn't be colored. They probably don't have boats yet. Or at least boats that can make it that far. Anyways, they've done pretty good. They've expanded north, or better, explored north, and are now focusing on over here. Now, you'd think they focus here because this is where the majority of the area is. They don't know that. Remember, these guys are Mesopotamians. They don't know the world. So they just keep expanding north until they just give up on expanding north. They begin expanding further into Asia until they reach a breaking point. A group of explorers here goes independently without the government, exploring here. Or here. After a while, they begin exploring further north and don't tell the government this is this. They even manage to look at this island, which means it's discovered technically now. The red country does not know what is going on, but it does know there's juicy territory up here, time to expand. So, expand it does, and it expands further south than ever before. But this group of explorers keeps exploring until they are exhausted and form the Blue Team. This wasn't out of civil war or anything. No, they just didn't want to go south. They felt like going north was pretty good. Now, there's two countries in the world, and they're freaking out since they've just found out of this. So, they begin expanding northwards, and these guys expand a bit south, meeting up with the other country. They expand there, and all is good. Until they invaded them. So, the red team, was pretty good in the beginning, but they get pushed out and into a stalemate. Wait, what occurs? Well, borders are kept the same. But there's a treaty on this. You actually thought I was going to keep the borders the same. No. They have an agreement that these guys expand north, and the red team expands south. Little did they know, they're missing out a lot on expanding north. I mean, the entire world. So, these guys send expeditions out east and north, while these guys focus on south. Once they make it south enough, they begin going southeast. East it is. And the more east they go, the more territory they have for expansion. These guys look like they're doing good. Until they hit Bangladesh. Here they're forced to hug the coast, due to the coast being the only area where there isn't many mountains. So they quit here, go back, and are on their job away. Anyways, let's go back to the red team. It's nice, they're doing pretty good. The red team is doing very good. The blue team is also doing very good. And what they're doing is expansion. The red team keeps expanding south. And the blue team keeps expanding north. The red team starts to get, west. Now I'm not calling them teams. Instead, this is Sanakasuri, and this is Larakamuri. I just made those up, as you could tell. They sound Japanese or Korean. Anyways, they might actually get there this episode. Just kidding, this thing is going to be 20 minutes long. Family reunion and stuff. JK, not family reunion. Haha, I juked you. Anyways, they begin expanding, like always. Breakaway State was pretty exciting, but now it's back to pretty much normality. Until these guys manage to cross the mountains. This is an advancement because now they have access to India. Anyways, these guys keep exploring south and begin going east here. You can guess what happens. When they go east enough, they figure out, hey, wait, this is pretty thin. If they just got duped by this thing. It's also definitely a target anyways. They just love expansion as they are going east. Like always. East seems to be the popular direction since they can't really go west. Waffles are invented. Just kidding. They do not know what waffles are. They will not be able to invent that until they get to Belgium. And anyways, this is a pretty good England. They begin going south at a pretty rapid rate. They expand this west, and I mean very west. And by this point, they're doing really good. And even in the modern version of this, are remembered as one of the best explorers in the early modern or ancient world, as they managed to explore better than the blue team, or Saraka Sunita. Please correct me on that. I know I'm not saying it correctly. You know what? You're gonna be Bluetopia. This is gonna be Redland. Anyways, Redland expands south, like always. And they make a treaty. They do not know what this is, but Northern Hemisphere is here, or these guys. Southern Hemisphere, or the Red Team. Sorry, Redland. So Redland keeps expanding south. Redland loves south, and they will keep expanding south until the end of time. They will probably be the ones to discover Antarctica. So they make it to the coast huggers, and they like the coast. So the blue team begins trying their own expansion. Anyways, I will have to turn it off for now. Still be able to hear. I can get back. Anyways, the red team is doing pretty good. Redtopia is doing pretty good. Blue Land, well, they've had their first major breakthrough in expansion, as they look like British Columbia now, or California, or whatever. Their expansion goes deep as settlements turn into actual areas for them. And now, they are the new Rome. No, like seriously. I wonder what's happening. Oh, the blue team invades the red team, and they do very well. But once red team guys arrive, they manage to push them out slightly. Operation down into the coast. I will have to mute it here again. Yeah, I can talk again now. Anyways, the yellow team got formed, if you could read this, because his explorers from the blue team could not get back from the Tibetan Plateau, so they just made another country here, or established a country in India, which means these guys are not aware of India. And also, let me give you a thing from something I did before I started this channel. This was pretty much the setup, but instead of doing, well, what I did now, these guys look different. These guys were giants. I mean, India. They literally were India. A theory that I had in that was the Great Bay Theory, where they thought that this bay went up and up and up and up until the end of the world. And that it ended around right here. That was their theory of the world. These guys thought that this went like, but that was not the case. Anyways, that's what I was doing. The Yellow Nation, or Yellow Pelt, expands, but is very, very poor due to not having any known, due to being not known existing by these two, until the blue team sends explorers over here, since the other ones didn't come back. They managed to explore a bit more of the Alps, and they discover the Yellow Nation. The Yellow Nation asks where they're from. The blue team explorers say, hey, we're from the blue team. Yeah, I'm just gonna say the team now. And these guys know the existence of this. The yellow team rejoins the blue team as a vassal. And these two areas are pretty disconnected. And this had some time to create some new culture, but not that much. Anyways, these guys, now funded by the blue team, explore a bit more of India. The red team, now knowing of what they did, tried to do it with this territory down here, liberating it and turning it into a vassal. But the vassal quickly just rejoins the red team because they do not want to go explore, and the red team's failed attempt at exploring, at copying them, was failed. Plus, this vassal was only supposed to be temporary. Once the blue team managed to reach the vassal would rejoin the blue team. So the blue team does exactly what they wanted to do. They expand and finally make it over to their new colony. Yay! I don't know why I had to pause there, but the blue team now has a giant Indian colony. Anyways, this will be the end of the video. Thank you, or danke, gracias for watching, and that will be the end.